Skip and Gilbert Arenas. Now, I'm a big Skip fan. I've been a big Skip fan for years, man. And ever since he left FS1 to pursue his own independent media career and all that stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a struggle for me to watch any of Skip's content. He's still playing the same old hits that he normally plays. LeBron, LeBron, LeBron. Dallas, Dallas, Dallas. Jordan is great. Blah, 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 blah. Well, Gilbert Arenas is one of the biggest names in independent media out there. And he was on his show, Gil's Arena, and they were discussing LeBron James's greatness, amassing 50,000 points between career and playoffs. And Gilbert Arenas said, well, guys like Skip Bayless, they don't recognize LeBron James's immense talent because it was always there. They just don't want to acknowledge it because they're so far up Jordan's ass. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Skip goes to his show and is like, hey, Gil, I want you to pull up and, we can have a conversation. I'll come to your show if you want to come to mine. And, we can debate because, and then he goes into this diatribe about all the things that Jordan did and 6-0 in the playoffs and da-da-da. And, brings up 2011 again for LeBron James going against the Mavs. And it's just like, it's the same old tune. And then Gilbert, who's a crazy basketball savant, he said, oh, well, I'm going to find some print. And once I find some print, then I can be able to now rebut and have a conversation and crush your ass. Well, he found some print about Jordan that Jordan wanted Larry Bird on the Bulls. So Larry Bird, rumor, was supposed to get traded by Boston at some point. And Jordan is on record in print saying he would take a pay cut to have Larry join Chicago. Yet, you would have people in independent media or legacy media that will tell you, oh, Jordan would never team up with anybody because he's Jordan. He wants to play against these guys. Oh. So what does the print say? Is that Jordan saying that, yes, he would take a pay cut to play with Larry Bird? Is that what it said? Hello? Is that what it said? Because that's what it said. He said that. So when you have people out there that want to talk about the GOAT debate and they willfully omit things that happened in real time, when you're somebody who can be able to look these things up and be a historian and be an investigative reporter and find these particular things, these prints, these moments in time, these snapshots in time, it makes you question the people that are making these fucking claims. You can't be that much of a fanboy to have to want to defend your guy even when you know you're wrong. Like, that's some Fox News shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come with the facts and say, listen, this is why I think he's this, but you don't have to sully another guy's name to make somebody else great. And I think that's what Gilbert Arenas is really saying, is that his GOAT is Jordan as well. But that doesn't mean that he has to disrespect what we see in real time with LeBron James. I can appreciate LeBron's greatness, but I could also remember and remember with a smile in regards to what Jordan did for the league. You can't see that dynamic a lot in this GOAT debate, right? Is that it has to be one or the other. You can't say, yo, I appreciate Jordan's achievements and his accolades and the aggressive nature that he played in, the fierce competitor that he was, without having to say, "Oh well, LeBron, he wanted to get traded from here and he was manipulative and he." Dude, like it's just like, stop. Appreciate the dude for what he does. And I'm siding with Gilbert here. Don't come to somebody's platform or even be on your own platform and just spread bullshit. The same song and dance that you spread all the time, because at some point we're just going to tune you out. I don't want to have to tune out Skip Bayless. I like Skip. But for everybody that's having this debate, it's enough already. Like, I don't care. You will never hear me have this conversation on this show because it's tedious, it's boring, and it just doesn't go anywhere. I am a big-time Kobe Bryant fan. He's my favorite player of all time. You don't see me trying to weasel and squeeze Kobe into the greatest of all time conversation. He's somewhere in my top 10, but he's not top 3, and I can be honest about that because I watched him play from the time that he was 17 years old. I know how great he is. I know what he did for the league. I know he did for my life and my basketball playing days. I get it. But we also have to be realistic in regards to what we're seeing. LeBron James is great. I don't care who is viewing him, whether you got 2 eyes, 1 eye, you got cataracts in both your eyes. You can be able to see the man is great. Why do you have to sully his name? I can literally say, well, Jordan is no Bill Russell. He ain't got 11 rings. Bill Russell got them things. I can say that. I won't. Because at the end of the day, Bill Russell's great. Jordan's great. Magic Johnson's great. Bird is great. LeBron is great. They're all great. You want to have a GOAT, then go ahead. Put your Jordan jersey on and go sleep with it. I don't give a shit. But what does that have to do with LeBron? Why does every time LeBron have a career milestone, somebody has to bring up Jordan? How does that work? For me, that seems like insecurity. If you know that your man is the GOAT, why do you need to, every time there's a conversation that's being had and somebody's praising LeBron, well, Jordan did this. Like, shut up. Shut up. Well, if it wasn't for Ray Allen sparing LeBron James, he would have been 3-7 in the finals instead of 4-6. Well, what about Jordan getting bailed out by John Paxson? What about Jordan getting bailed out by Steve Kerr? Like, nobody talks about these things. They just disappear. That's my problem, is that if you're going to have a real conversation, let's have the real conversation, but don't be biased. And most of the time, the people that are on the Jordan side of the argument are extremely biased. Skip, Stephen A. Smith. There's many others out there that they just have this blind bias. And if you're going to have an objective conversation, you can't have a blind bias. That's all I'm saying. So that's what Gilbert is really trying to tell Skip. And I hope that he does go to that platform to have that conversation, because I would love to see it. I'd love the fact that if Skip can be able to pull up there, because Skip is not a very liked man around. And, that's why I like Skip, because people hate him. I think that I'm going to follow that path. Probably, I think people will hate me more than they like me. Which is sad, isn't it? It's sad. I don't want to be hated all the time. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, for me, it's just like, come on, man. Like, you don't necessarily need to keep throwing dirt on LeBron James's legacy just to make yourself feel better. I don't think that that's the right thing to do. It's just my opinion.